ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over the starting lineups. First for the Trojans. Right field, number 1, Julius Torres. Shortstop, number 13, Jonathan Kamai. Second baseman, number 24, Alfonso Gomez. Left field, number 20, Blake Lazaris. Designated hitter, number 29, Ethan Escroba. Third base, number 11, Riley Murphy. First base, number 21, Christian Soria Navarro. Center field, number 14, Brady Popovich. Catcher, number 26, Trevor Schmidt. And on the mound for the Trojans, number 10, Elisa Marquez. And for the Bruins, center field, number 5, Riley Ramsey. Third base, number 9, Conley Burke. Designated hitter, number 12, Daniel Barcina. First base, number 11, Danny Palmer. Shortstop, number 26, Gabe Swarms. Left field, number 28, Pablo Austin. Second base, number 7, Cam Lance. Catcher, number 9.
Losing skid after dropping the first 2 games of this weekend series. Reed Giggleman will be taking the mound for the Bruins, looking to do some damage, looking to pitch strikes, and looking for his field to back him up behind him as he faces off against this hot, very, very hot Trojan offense, which all starts out with number 1, Julius Torres. Again, thank you very much for joining us in this crazy day in the sports world. Conference tournaments for NCAA, NBA, Premier League. But we're here at the Bruins Baseball Network, and Giggleman starts us off with strike 1, 0-1 count. 2 other Bruins teams are also in action today. The women's beach volleyball has a match, and also the track and field has a meet today. And we are also here at Conestee Park. That's a pop-up to center field to start this game off. For the first out, Riley Ramsey corrals that. 1 down in the top of the first inning. Good start for Reed Giggleman. Jonathan Kumai is now up for the Trojans. He's had a very good weekend so far. Has provided a spark for this Trojan offense to get going really quickly. Here's the pitch. He towards the bunt, but takes it back due to a very high pitch, released a little bit early from Giggleman. Giggleman comes in with an 11.88 ERA. It's been a great weekend of baseball so far. We look to continue that here. The 3rd game of this weekend series. Here's the 2-1. Barely misses outside. 3-1 count now. Good spot on that pitch, but just could not find that outer edge. Jonathan Kamai plays shortstop for the Trojans, has made a couple good plays. He swings at that one, grounds it to Conley. Conley corrals it, throws it to first kind of softly, and Danny Palmer cannot collect it. He goes to 2. Oh, he's out by a mile. Did he avoid that tag? He did not. He's out at second for the second out. Good heads up by Cam Lance over at second base to get that, and also good heads up for Gabe Swarms at shortstop to get the second base in time to tag him out. Good effort by Kumai in the slide, but could not get there in time. Now up another jitterbug of energy for the Trojan offense. Number 24, Alfonso Gomez. Here's the first pitch. That's a ball up in the air. Alfonso Gomez has also had a very good weekend here. Here's the 1-0. That's also up high for a ball. Very short strike zone for Alfonso as he is listed at only 5'4". That's the first strike of the at-bat for Reed Giggleman. Good pitch there. 5'4", resembles Jose Altuve from the Astros. Also plays second base. Also has a lot of power. And that's a strike on the outside for 2-2. It's not the size of a dog in a fight, but the fight in the dog, and he represents that really well. Here's the 2-2 with 2 outs. And he got him swinging. Oh, he drops the third strike. Can Cody get it in time to get the first? The throw will not be in time. And on the drop third strike, Alfonso Gomez gets the first safely. Tough break for the Bruins. Almost went 3 up, 3 down. Had the great opportunity to, but Cody Kirkpatrick could not corral it in time to get the throw over the first base. Now 1 on for Blake Lazaris, the left fielder, power hitter for the Trojans. Here's the first pitch. That's ball outside. Good job getting over that by Cody Kirkpatrick behind the plate. Alfonso Gomez has taken a sizable lead over at first base. He might be looking to steal with 2 outs to provide a score. Secondary lead. That's a ball down in the dirt, blocked by Cody. Prevents Gomez from stealing second base. Cody Kirkpatrick has put the work in this afternoon so far. Lots of good blocks, lots of hard pitches. He's had a solid day's work so far. He looks to pick him off at first. He's back there in time. Good pick. Good check by Reed Giggleman. Two 1 count, 2 outs. Runner on first. That's a strike on the outside. 2-2 count. Giggleman looking to get out of this first inning with no damage done. No hits. Since the runner got on a drop third strike. Here's the 2-2 to Lazaris. That's down in the dirt. Another block by Cody Kirkpatrick. It's now a full count now. Lazaris will be looking for anything close, looking at anything to swing at. And Giggleman looking to put this ball in that strike zone to end this inning. Here's that full count. Runner's going with 2 outs. Ball inside, barely miss. He gets his free base. As the Trojan dugout chants free. There's a runner on first and second now for the Trojans, for Ethan Escroba, the DH. Andy down the first base. And the base is quickly loaded for the Trojans with 2 outs.
Now batting number 11, Riley Murphy.
Riley Murphy's now up for the Trojans. He pitched this last game, the noon game. Looking to put some work on the offensive side on the weekend. He has a good opportunity here with 2 outs with bases loaded. After a drop third strike and a walk and a hit by pitch. Giggleman threw that in for a strike on the first pitch. And here's the 0-1. That's down the dirt. By Cody again. It's a 1-1 count now, 2 outs. Force out anywhere. Be a pretty easy out if it's a grounder. That's a ball inside. Giggleman, a lot of close balls. That's swung on, hit through the gap of the infield. It's going to score at least 1. Lazaris gets held up at third base. And the Trojans get 1 in with 2 outs. And bases loaded. It is now 1-0. Christian Soria Navarro, the first baseman today for the Trojans, is now up. Also with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bruins look to limit the damage to 1 run. Just have to get 1 more out in the inning. Here's that first pitch. It's swung through. Oh, foul tip back. Oh, 1 count for Giggleman here. Trying to get out of a jam. Pitches that down and in for a ball. 1-1. Here's that 1-1 count. Foul tipped off his own foot for strike 2. Little change from the first game. Danny Palmer is playing first base due to Zach Burke getting hit in the head off of a pitch. Looks like Zach's going to take a seat the rest of the day to get well rested up. Here's the 1-2, and he gets him swinging. Good way to get out of a jam for Reed Giggleman. Trojans get one on the board. They lead 1-0. Going into the bottom of the first inning, let's see if the hot Bruins offense can keep it going in the bottom of the first. And we're back here in the bottom of the first. Riley Ramsey looks to lead us off, and there's a little bit of history on the field right now. The Bruins are facing a female pitcher for Trinity International University. Her name is Elisa Marquez, and she delivers for the first strike.
Bruins number 5, Riley Ramsey.
Quite incredible here. Let's see how she handles this Bruins offense. And Riley, he swings at that. It's a ground to the shortstop. Pretty easy gather, pretty easy throw for the first out of the inning. One down. Hard to tell from where I'm at. 1-0 count now from Elisa. Another ball up. 2-0 count. 2 close misses for Miss Marquez. Conley looks to get some hits here. That's another ball up. 3-0 count. Conley looks over at Coach Castile over at third base and looks to take this down for the 4th ball, 4 straight balls. Free base for Conley Burke to start this inning.
Now batting number 12, Daniel Barcina.
Daniel Barcina comes off of a hot bat this weekend. Hit a 3-run shot yesterday. Hit a solo home run in the first game and also a double. He looks to continue that right now. Bruins need some runs in this first inning. Conley steals. Swung on by Daniel Barcina, and it's tipped foul ball. Bruins trying a little hit and run action. Didn't quite work out. Conley goes back to first base. The 3-4 hitters in this game for the Bruins. Big hitters. Both hit home runs in that first game. And Danny Palmer is going to continue to show his stuff. He's on deck. Conley leads off first base. It's hit shallow left center field, and it's caught by the left fielder, Blake Lazaris, and Conley goes back to first. 2 down.
Now batting number 11, Danny Palmer.
Danny Palmer, now up for the Bruins, had a no-doubter in the first game. As soon as he made contact with that ball, we knew it was gone. He looks to do it again. Conley tries to get picked back at first, gets back there in time without a slide. Almost kind of risked that. Guy was a little closer than it's supposed to be. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat to Danny Palmer, and that's a ball inside, just below the hands. Bruins get their sign from Coach Castile. See what they try to do here on the 1-0 count. And that's a ball on the inside to second base. He is now in scoring position. No doubt the Bruins may come out aggressive here on a base hit, trying to send Conley home to tie this ball game at 1. It's up to Danny Palmer to get him in. Here's the pitch. That's a ball on the outside. Good eye by Danny Palmer. Here's a 3-0 count. Let's see if he gets the green light here. He might. He does not. He takes it for ball 4. Another 4-pitch walk from Elisa Marquez to Danny Palmer. Gabe Swarms, a short stop for the Bruins. It's up to bat. 2 outs. Looking to continue this 2-out rally. Here's that first pitch. Up and in for ball 1. That's now 5 straight balls. Bruins offense definitely want to look for balls to hit here. But if they don't get the opportunity, they can't do that. Here comes the 1-0 pitch for Marquez. She delivers, and that's in there for a strike. Gets that encouragement from her dugout. Definitely the hardest throwing girl I've ever seen. Very impressive what she's doing out here tonight, or today. Here's the 1-1. That's a breaking ball. In for strike 2. Catches Gabe Swarms off guard. It's now a 1-2 count with 2 outs. 2 runners on. Bruins looking to do some damage early. Trojan might get out of it. Here's the pitch.
Fans, go check out the Bruins website for all the latest information on your Bob Jones University Bruins. That's BJUBruins.com. There you'll be able to see the results of all the games, feature stories on players and coaches, and so much more. That's BJUBruins.com.
Welcome back here to the top of the second inning. Trojans lead 1-0. Reed Giggleman did a good job getting out of a jam last inning, and the Bruins could not get any runs on the board. And here's the first pitch of the inning, and it is a ball up and away. Batting now for the Trojans is Brady Popovich. He's a center fielder today. He pitched yesterday. Did a pretty solid job. Had some pitches get away from him. Also looking to do on the offensive side today. It's a 1-1 count now. Here's a pitch from Giggleman. That's a strike in there. He swung through that. Good pitch by Giggleman. Now a 1-2. Good to get ahead in a count like this in the first batter. Try to go 1 up, 1 down. Here's the 1-2. Ooh, and he fouls out of the inning for the Bruins. 1 up, 1 down. Good way to start the inning for the Bruins defense. Confidence builder for Reed Giggleman. Now he's facing the 9 batter for the Trojans. Number 26, Trevor Schmidt. His first action he's seeing this weekend. He's catching for the Trojans in this game. No doubt looking to do something special for the Trojans here. With 1 down, he fouls that one off for the first strike of the at-bat, 0-1. Bruins sporting the blue jerseys and gold hats, whereas they sported the gold jerseys and gold hats in the first game. Looking for a little change. Umpire says he goes on that. Strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch with 1 down and no on. Tries to get him with a fastball, but it's low and away for ball 1. 1-2 count now. Giggleman looking for his second strikeout on the day. He had one last inning. Here's the 1-2. Little dribbler to third base. Conley takes his time and gathers an easy throw to Danny Palmer for the second out of the inning. 2 down. 2 ground outs. And now he's back at the top of the lineup. 0-1. Giggleman takes no time to deliver his second pitch. Here it is. That's a ball outside. That's a good spot. Kirkpatrick has a hard time squeezing that. There's no runners on, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Second baseman playing deep to take all the time he needs. That's a ball inside. Still a 2-1 count. Not hard to come back from that. Giggleman remains calm for a 2-1. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's a ball up and away for ball 3. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That's a grounder. Good job by Danny. Can get there in time. Oh, Julius Torres beats out Danny Palmer to first base. That was a tough timed one to gather for Danny Palmer at first, and he just could not get back to first base in time. Julius Torres gets there safe using his very, very fast speed. Neither Giggleman nor Lance was really sure if they should go to first base because they weren't really sure on the timing. But luckily the bounce on that grounder took a long time to come back down. Good check from Giggleman. Keep Julius Torres honest at first base. Jonathan Kumai is up. He grounded out last at bat. Torres, big secondary lead. That's popped up. That's in play still, I think. Will it go out of play? It won't. It's caught by Cody Kirkpatrick. He got it. Up against the net, up against the fence in the back for the third out of the inning. That barely stayed in play, and Cody stayed with it that whole way to get the third out. What a way to end the inning. What a defensive play from our catcher. Stick around for the bottom of the second where the Bruins look to get the offense going this game. Welcome back to the bottom of the second where Pablo Austin looks to get the Bruins offense going. He's playing left field this afternoon. Played left field last night. Here's that first pitch from Elisa Marquez. Again, little history's being made as the Bruins are facing off against a female pitcher, and she went hitless in the first inning. She did her job well, but the Bruins offense looks to respond, and she's thrown 2 quick balls. She did have 2 walks last inning on 4 straight pitches. But no hits allowed, no runs allowed. Pablo looks at that down for a 3-0 count. Looking for a prospective third 4-pitch walk on the afternoon. Already in second inning. And that's a strike. 3-1 count. Pablo Austin gets encouragement from his coach. Try to hit that ball. but he keeps that down for a walk. Third walk of the afternoon for Elisa Marquez. Now Cam Lance comes up with a runner on, no out.
Cam Lance.
It does not want to cooperate.
Pablo taking a sizable lead off first base. Cam squares the bunt but checks back. Pablo gets back in time. He's safe. Third baseman Charlie count. 1-0 count, excuse me.
I will say one time our trainer did let us.
See who tries to score the bunt again. He does. With a breaking ball. He pulled that back for a 1-1 count. That gets in there for a strike. Breaking balls are hard to bunt. Them constantly moving. The spin on the ball. You often see bunting on a breaking ball pop straight up in the air. Easy to catch. Here's the 1-1 pitch. She checks him back to first base. Excuse me, I'm not used to this. Elisa Marquez is doing a good job keeping the runners on first base honest this afternoon. Not letting them lead off too far. Trying to limit the steal threat from the Bruins. Here's the 1-1 count. And Cam swings at that. Soft dribbler to shortstop to second base. Almost a double play, but Cam Lance gets there in time, and the pick is also not made at first base. But fielder's choice.
Now batting number 19, Cody Kirkpatrick.
They got Pablo Austin at second base. But runner on first base with one out. Cody Kirkpatrick, the brick wall behind home plate for the Bruins is now up. She checks him back again. She's a very quick move, but the Bruins have been able to get back there in time each time. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. Cody swings at that. It's high. It's center field. Center fielder barely had the move for that one. He corrals it for the second out of the inning. And Cam Lance is back at first base. Does not tag. It was very shallow. Zay Brandt is now up for the Bruins, batting ninth.
Zay Brandt.
Looking for another two-out rally here. Gets checked back again. That was the closest one, but still safe back in time. Is Cam at first. Zay Brandt looking for a big hit here. Oh, he squares the bunt with two outs. You don't see that very often, but it's a 1-1 count.
That seems like something that I would be made of, I think.
1-1 count. Cam Lance leading off first base, two outs. Oh, she might have gotten him, and she did. Wow. Caught Cam Lance leaning a little bit, got him at first base on the pickoff move. Very quick from Elisa Marquez. And she gets out of this inning with no runs allowed. And even no hits, she remains hitless through 2 innings. The Bruins look to capitalize, but they cannot again come back for the top of the third to watch the Bruins defense. here in the top of the third inning. Alfonso Gomez is leading off for the Trojans. He got safe on a drop third strike his last at bat. Reed Giggleman's done a good job so far today through the first 2 innings, and he pitches a ball for the first pitch of the at bat and the inning. Here's the 1-0 count from Giggleman. That's a strike in the lower outside corner. 1-1 count now. Gomez has struggled to find and hit an outside pitch this weekend. Most of his hits have come from the inside pitches. Let's see if they try to paint the corner again. They do, but he misses. 2-1 count now. Giggleman trying to place these. See if he can find his spot here on the 2-1. Misses it again. 3-1 count now. To Alfonso Gomez, second baseman for the Trojans. A very energetic spark to the Trojans' offense and defense as he plays second base. That's a strike in there to make it full count. The first at-bat of the inning. Giggleman's in there, the battle, and he's ready to pitch this. What does he deliver? He gets him. Drop third strike, but it will be an easier throw this time. He gets him at first base for the first out of the inning. Good strikeout from Reed Giggleman. His technically third strikeout of the day. Second one as an actual out. Blake Lazaris is now up for the Trojans. Left fielder, he walked his last at-bat. Had a really good night last night. Swinging really hard like he just did as a tipped that foul for the first strike. He had 2 doubles and a triple last night. Big night. According to the stats, it was probably his first big night of the season as he has struggled to hit thus far. But in this weekend, he's to hit pretty well. It's 2 count now. First game was pretty overcast. Not a lot of sun, but it is kind of nice, especially with the wind picking up for the sun to come out. Makes it a little warmer. Takes the sting of the wind off. And no doubt it's nice for the players out in the field. Here's the 1-2 count with 1 out to Lazaris. He grounds that to Conley Burke, and it's foul ball. Count remains 1-2. Even though that was foul, Conley was all over that one. Looking to get the second out of the inning. Here's the 1-2 count from Giggleman. And he strikes him out swinging. He doesn't catch it, but Lazaris will not run the first base. All Cody Kirkpatrick has to do is tag him for the second out of the inning. 2 strikeouts so far for Giggleman. Giggleman's sick of the funny business from the Trojans so far. He's limiting them to 1 run so far this game. Escobar was hit by a pitch his first at bat. I'm pretty sure that's his 3rd hit by a pitch this weekend. He's a magnet to that ball. Found that outside strike for 0-1 count. Good first pitch from Reed Giggleman. Looking to retire the side himself. 3 up, 3 down with 3 strikeouts. See if he can do it. 0-1 count. Here it is. That ball's down. Escobar does not swing at it, even though he was about to. He's down there for a ball. 1-1 count now. Two count, 2 outs. We can go 3 up, 3 down. Here's the pitch from Giggleman. Ball high and outside, barely missed. Good spot to make it a full count. Good eye by Escobar to hang off of that. Fans question, bench questions, but here's the full count. That's a breaking ball in there for strike 3. Giggleman retires aside. No funny business today. 3 up, 3 down on 3 strikeouts. Come back for the bottom of the 3rd inning where the Bruins look to get some offense going. We're back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with Zay Brandt getting a fresh at bat after the last out of the inning. It was a pick off to first where Cam Lance got stuck at first base, got stuck leaning. And Elisa Marquez took advantage and picked him off. Here's the first pitch. Bruins thus far hitless in this game through 2 innings. Zay Brandt looks to change that, provide an early spark here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Bruins. Here's the pitch. Barely missed there for ball 2. Zay Brandt looks at that up. Here's a 2-0 count. That's another walk. That is the 4th walk in the day.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Bruins have not been able to capitalize on those walks yet this game.
Number 5, Riley Ramsey.
But look to do so right now with Riley Ramsey up. Top of the lineup. He had a massive grand slam last night. Looking to keep up his good weekend going. Quick pickoff move to first base, but it does not phase Zay Brandt. He gets back there in plenty of time. Again, Marquez keeps picking him back at first base, keeping him honest. Taking away the steal threat. Oh, Zay Brandt gets a massive jump and he gets stranded. Good look from Marquez. Oh, and he looks to avoid the tag. It's a pickle now. Okay. Finally gets him. Frustrating time for Zay Brandt. 1 down. Good attention by Elisa Marquez there. Zay almost timed that perfectly to get safely to second in time. Very easily, but she timed that really well also. Tough break for the Bruins. Zay did avoid the first few tags. Made it look a little interesting, but just could not get there back to first in time. Riley, little dribbler on the 3rd base line, and it's foul ball. It's now a 1-1 count. Riley looks to get the Bruins going. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 ball game. Last time. He's looking to hit it this time, though. That's a ball down and away. 1-0 count. Bruins offense has seemed a little bit explosive the last couple games, but have struggled to get some traction in this game. That's a little dribbler, shortstop. He does not corral it, though. It gets through in center field. That'll be a single off of an error from the shortstop for Conley Burke. He gets on with 2 outs for Daniel Barcina. No doubt the hottest bat on the Bruins team right now. He flew out last at bat. Let's see if Elisa Marquez tries to pick off Conley at least once. Probably see it coming here soon. She does it right there. Wow. I wonder what the pickoff to pitch ratio is today. No doubt it's got to be nearly the same. She's picked off a lot. That's the first pitch of the at-bat, and it's a strike. 0-1 count to Daniel Barcina. She tries to pick him off again. That gets away. Will Conley take advantage? He will. Oh, hits the first baseman, slides and hits the wall. Looks to be okay. Conley gets the second in time very easily. Runner in scoring position now for Daniel Barcina, looking to do some damage here. Looking to at least tie this ball game at 1.
It's not as bad as I'll never get the noise out of my head of my right fielder also named
Conley taking a sizable lead off second. No one's really checking him back. That's a ball high and away. 1-1 count to Daniel Barcina.
Ran straight as far as he could right to the fence because he wasn't looking and broke his wrist and 2 bones in his forearm. He was running like this and just he was like 250. It's a big boy. He was running as hard as he could.
Shortstop's creeping over. It does not make a move. That's a breaking ball down. He keeps it down for the Worms. 2-1 count now. Here's the 2-1. That's up and away also. 3-1 count now. Conley's being a little bit conservative on the base pass. Danny Palmer's also walked his first at bat. Look, get some solid contact here to get the Bruins on the board. We all know he can do it. Luckily, there's no cars parked in the left field parking spots this time. Barely missed the cars in his home run the first game. But I guess the fans took that into account and moved their cars. Oh, big swing there. Swings through it for strike 1. 0-1 count now with 2 outs, 2 on. Barcina's on first. Burke is on second. Palmer's up. Oh, that's a ball slipped out of her hand. Bad move to second base. Runners advance easily. Runners on second and third now. It was a good potential move from Marquez. It's just no one moved over, and when she went to throw it, because she had to, it was very bad. When you look to make a move like that, you're forced to throw it to avoid a balk, but same thing happened. The runners just advanced on the bad throw. That's a ball high. 1-1 count now. That kind of move to second base can be a killer if there's proper communication between the pitcher and the second baseman, but there was not in that one. Palmer looks to hit it. He looks at that breaking ball in for strike 2. Palmer, 2-2 count now. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the third. He looks at that up. That he thought that was ball 4. I was going to say. He says, my bad to the umpire. It's now a full count now. Look in the battle here against Miss Marquez on the mound. If you're just joining us, it's history made. Bruins facing a female pitcher for the first time. Here's a 3-2. Very close pitch called for ball 4. That loads the bases for Gabe Swarms. Danny Palmer's walked again for the second straight at bat. Gabe looks to get some revenge of his last at bat where he struck out. Coach will call a meeting there on the mound after a few mishaps to load the bases for the Bruins with 2 outs. We'll be back when play resumes. No bullpen action for the Trojans, so surely that wasn't a pitching change. Just a little meeting to try to calm Elisa Marquez down. as the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Gabe Swarms. Like I said, trying to get a little revenge from last at bat where he struck out to end the inning. That's in there for strike one, 0-1 count. Bruins must take advantage of a time like this. He hits a grounder. Easy pitch to second base to end the inning. Bruins come up empty after the 2-out threat with loading the bases up. Still 1-0. Come back for the top of the 4th inning where the Bruins defense continues to shine under the pitching of Reed Giggleman. Back here in the top of the 4th inning, Riley Murphy pitched last game's leading off for the Trojans. He hit a single his last at bat. He was the RBI single, got that run in, making it 1-0. First pitch from Reed Giggleman. Reed's pitching to Riley. Got those R names mixed up, excuse me. 1-0 count now. That's down and away in the dirt. Picked up by Cody Kirkpatrick behind the plate. 2-0. Riley Murphy transferred from to Trinity from a community college. One of few for Trinity from Naperville, Illinois. Breaking ball on the inside, he does not get it. Very close pitch, not breaking time. Full count now on the first batter of the inning. Giggleman remains calm and he deals. Oh, he hits him right in the shoulder. Riley Murphy, after getting hit, stared down Reed a little bit. But Giggleman remains unfazed, goes right back to the mound like a calm, young, preserved man looking to pitch and do his job. No big damage is done, but there is a runner on first base with no outs. Christian Soria Navarro is up for the Trojans. Struck out his last at bat. Checking his sign card for stepping back in the batter's box for a 1-0 count. Giggleman goes to pick him off and gets away from Palmer over at first base, and he'll take at least second base. Grounds, nope. He'll stay at second. Runner now in scoring position for the Trojans with no outs. Soria Navarro looks to do some damage. Add to the Trojans' 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. He's squaring the bunt, misses that. Cody Kirkpatrick goes to it gets past him. But he will not advance to third base. Good aggressive move from Cody Kirkpatrick. With Riley Murphy leading off pretty far off second after the attempted bunt miss. Soria Navarro. 1-1 count now. Let's see if he squares to do it again. He will. He pulls back for the ball. 2-1 count. Danny Palmer's charging from first base. Cam Lance is looking to cover first base as his first baseman's going up to get the bunt. Conley Burke has an interesting situation here himself. Squares the bunt. Bunts toward the first base line. Danny gathers it, throws it, and he's out at first. For the first out of the inning, that does advance the runner to third. Danny Palmer still playing in, just in case of a suicide squeeze, but he hits that to right field. It's down for a base hit, and the run scores. Brady Popovich with a 1-out RBI single to make it 2-0. Giggleman can breathe a little easier now. It's always easier to pitch when there's not a runner on third. Sure, the runner scored, but makes it a little bit easier on him. Trevor Schmidt's up, catcher for the Trojans. Giggleman looks to pick him off first, but does not get there in time. Both pitchers today trying to keep the runners honest as much as possible to limit the steal. Schmidt swings through that for strike one. 0-1 count. Trojans have a big steal threat. Lots of speed on this team. Navarro Popovich is leading off pretty far off first base, digging his toes into the ground, trying to get some traction. Possible steal here. Look out for it. 0-1 count from Giggleman. Oh, Popovich is going. It's grounded. Oh, due to the positioning from Cam Lance, going to try to get him off of second base. That grounder gets through. That's a base hit for Trevor Schmidt. Popovich goes to third. Trevor Schmidt, even though he's not as fast, might look to steal to take away the... Oh, he hits that up the middle. RBI single. Trevor Schmidt's going for third base, and he'll get there in time. Julius Torres is thinking about going to second, but will go back to first for an RBI single. Make it 3-0. All weekend, it seems, even though the Trojans have some pretty big hits, a lot of their RBIs and a lot of their runs are coming off these little singles that just find the gap in the infield. All three runs today have done so. 1 out, runners on the corners. Julius Torres off first base, steals the second. Cody won't even look at him. Julius is up easy at second base. Runners on second and third now for Jonathan Kumai. Shortstop is 0 for 2 so far. He swings through that for strike 2. 0-2 count now. Strikeout here would be huge for Giggleman to get back in his rhythm to try to retire the next batter to make it 3 outs in the inning. Limit the damage to 2 runs. Infield's in. That's a pop-up to center field. Riley Ramsey gets under it. Oh, actually, Zay Brandt takes that. Both runners tag. One will score sac fly for Jonathan Kumai. It makes it 4-0 in the ball game. 2 outs now for the Bruins. Runner on third base. Julius Torres advances. Alfonso Gomez is up. So far, both at bats been a drop third strike. One he got on first base safely. The other he did not.
And so the fact, again, like I said this in my podcast when I first started it,
Here's the first pitch, and that's swung through. Big reach from Gomez, does not even get close. 0-1 count for Giggleman. Here's the 0-1 count with 2 outs. Also in the dirt, also blocked. Cody's doing some good work behind the plate right now to avoid that run from coming in. Doing everything in his power. Giggleman looks to do the same. 2-1 count. That's a strike in there. 2-2. Good pitch. Oh, runner looks to go. And he gets there in time. Wow. He steals home unexpectedly. That ignites some energy out of the Trojans bullpen or Trojans dugout, but Julius Torres looks to be a little shaken up. It's hard to tell whether he got hurt on the celebration or the little collision at home plate, because after he went in safe, he seemed fine, but he jumped up in the air. And after he came down from that little celebration jump, seems a little shaken up. Probably ankle problem. Trainer from Bob Jones' dugout goes over to check on him. Gets back in the dugout. Seems okay. 2-2 count, 2 outs. 5-0 ball game now. And that's hit in the gap. Zay Brandt will get there in time from right field to finish out the inning with the 3rd out. Trojans score 4 very quiet runs. It didn't seem like they scored that many, but it's now 5-0 on the ball game heading into the bottom of the 4th. And the Bruins offense looks to get going as they've struggled so far. Let's see if they can put Welcome back to the bottom of the 4th. There's a little bit of a delay getting started to make sure Julius Torres was able to get back on the field, and he does. Into right field.
Number 28,
Pablo Austin looks to get the Bruins offense going. Lisa Marquez is throwing a no-hitter so far through 3 innings. That's a ball inside despite her 5 walks. She has kept the Bruins team hitless. It's a 1-0 count here for Pablo Austin. He looks at that in for a strike. 1-1 count. Between innings, Bruins offense got a little pep talk from their coach and their captain to get things going. And they're looking to get a spark here in the bottom of the 4th. Keep in mind, it's a 7-inning game. This game's gone pretty fast so far. Looking. Pablo Austin, that's a strikeout for Elisa Marquez. Your second of the day. Cam Lance is now up, second baseman for the Bruins, looking to get the Bruins offense going. It seems to be a tall task in this game so far.
Now batting number 7, Cam Lance.
Not a lot of offensive spark here. He swings at that, turns on that, but it goes foul. Solid contact from Lance to start the at-bat, but a little too early on it. 0-1 count now. Here's the 1-1 count. That's up there for a ball. 2-1 count now. Kim hits at the shortstop. It bounces weird over the shortstop for a single. It's the first hit of the game for the Bruins. Hopefully that'll get them going. 1 down, 1 on for Cody Kirkpatrick. He flew out last at bat. Looking to keep it going. Here's the first pitch of Cody. That's up for a ball. That might have been the first time where a runner gets on first base and Marquez doesn't first check over the first base before throwing the first pitch. But she did that. Oh, she checks him now. Wow. It's almost like I'm speaking it into existence. She has checked every runner on first base at least once in this game. Base run on first and second now. 1 down for number 2, Zay Brandt. He was walked last at bat. He's looking to get a solid hit here. He has the power. He has the power to hit it out. 3-run shot would be huge here as the Bruins are down 5-0. Here's the first pitch. He swings at that. That goes foul. Bounced over to third baseman. But it's a 0-1 count to Zay Brandt with 1 down. Trojans might look to change pitchers here as they have just sent players down to the bullpen. Here's the 0-1 from Marquez, though. That's a ball up. 1-1 count. Zay Brandt provides some serious speed for the Bruins if he gets on base. 1-1 count. Here it is. That's a breaking ball in. Off-speed pitch. That's a good pitch from Marquez. 1-2 count now to Zay Brandt with 1 down. Time to battle here for Zay Brandt. Here it is. Fouls that off. Yeah, the Trojans dugout. Bounces right back to the third baseman, right back to the pitcher. Oh, she'll change balls, though, because it got a little dirt on it. It's hard to grip a ball when it has dirt on it. It's almost like this is baseball or something. But baseballs are provided. It's fair. And it's still a 1-2 count. She checks the runner on second. Here's the pitch. Reaches for that to try to stay alive as a close. He pops it up to first base, though, and it's caught for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 5, Riley Ramsey.
Riley Ramsey looks to get going in this game. He's grounded out both times so far. 2 frustrating groundouts. Last, I think there's a runner in scoring position. There's a runner in scoring position again, and this time the Bruins need some run to steal for the sign. 1-0 count for Marquez is coming. Riley didn't know if he wanted to swing at that or not. He should have. It was a strike. 1-1 count. Good pitch in the upper part of the strike zone from Marquez. Oh, that's a breaking ball on the inside. Delayed swing from Ramsey. 1-2 count with Kirkpatrick leading off first. Cam Lance leading off second. There are 2 down. And now Riley Ramsey has to battle here. Try to get on base and keep this Bruins offense out here. Here's the 1-2. The strike. Close miss on the outside. 2-2 count now. Here's a 2-2. Ball on the outside in the dirt. Cam Lance trying to take advantage, and he does. Gets there safely in the third. Good heads up running from Cam Lance. Cody Kirkpatrick stays at first base. Runners on the corners now for a full count, 2 outs. Big opportunity here for the Bruins to get on the board. Here's a big pitch right here. And that's a ball up. Bases loaded with 2 outs again for the second time this game. Riley Ramsey's walked. Conley Burke has reached base both at bats so far. Walked. He also reached on an error.
Conley Burke.
So technically so far today he is 0 for 0. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Big opportunity for him here. Get some runs on the board for the Bruins. 5-0 game. That's a strike in the upper outside corner position on 0-2. He swings at it. It's to right field. Will it get down? It will not. Elisa Marquez gets out of the bases loaded jam. Bruins remain scoreless. It remains 5-0 going into the top of the 5th. And Giggleman will get back out there. We'll be back for the top of the 5th. Coming soon. We're back here in the top of the 5th inning. Giggleman takes the mound again, facing a 5-0 deficit. He's done a pretty good job finding that strike zone, but again, the little dinks by this Trojan offense is getting those runs in. Batting up now is Blake Lazaris, left fielder. That's in there for a ball. 1-0 count. Blake Lazaris has some. That's in there for a strike. Foul tip back. 2-1 count. Off of another massive swing from Lazaris. Pablo Austin is on his toes in left field. Same with Conley Burke at third, and Gabe Swarms at shortstop. Big swing goes to center field. Riley Ramsey gets there in time. First out of the inning, 1 down for the Bruins on the fly out from Blake Lazaris. Ethan Escoba's up. Escoba was the DH this weekend for the Trojans. He chokes up on that bat a lot, trying to get that bat speed a little quicker. A little more power comes behind that. And that's a ball, 1-0 count by Giggleman. Hard swing, foul ball toward the Trojans' dugout. 1-1 count now. Again, it is not that hard for Giggleman to just throw strikes. He does that a lot. That's a ball on the outside. That's a good miss. Almost got him to chase that, but he preserved. 2-1 count. Almost gets hit by the fourth pitch of the weekend, but he dodges that in time to make it 3-1. Like I said before, people like him are a magnet to the ball. That's hit into right center field into the gap. Will they get there in time? It won't. Just by observation, I don't think Giggleman has to worry too much about the runner on second. I don't think there's too much speed there. And Murphy swings to that first pitch for strike one. 0-1 count. It's starting to become beautiful here at Conestee Park. Clouds are getting out of the way. Blue sky is coming out. Sun is setting a little bit. It's a little warmer now. And that's strike two. 0-2 count. Good job getting ahead by Reed Giggleman.
Fair enough. Hey, now it's universal, so y'all are going to have to figure out another way to enjoy it. The only designated hitter I have any respect for is...
Here's the 0-2, looking to get 2 outs on the board.
The guy's a freak. Yes.
Oh, barely fouls that back. Remains 0-2. And Murphy continues to battle here on the 0-2 count.
But also, like, it just kills your legs, your arms. Like, you just feel like you're dead because you're not only doing it in games, you're pulling double duty during practice, too. So, like, it's awful.
Ball inside. Good miss, though. Barely missed. Ethan Escroba is taking a sizable lead off second. I might not be surprised if they make a move to try to get him there. But he doesn't. He throws. Foul ball on third base side. Count remains 1-2. And Riley Murphy continues to battle here in this at-bat. At-bats like this are mentally grueling as a batter, but he continues to get in there and fight to get on base. Here's the 1-2 count pitch. And he hits that through the gap of the infield again for a single. Escroba will stay at third base. And Murphy gets a stand-up single with 1 out. Runners now on the corners for Christian Soria and Navarro. With the exception of that double by Escroba and start this inning, every other hit from the Trojans so far have just been little singles like that. It's been tough for the Bruins defense to handle. Third with 1 out. Score is still 5-0 here in the top of the 5th. That's a ball down. 3-0 count. A walk may not be all that bad here. And that's what happens on 4 pitches. 4 straight balls from Giggleman, but that's not all that bad. It loads the bases with 1 out. Many opportunities for a double play here. Would be huge for the Bruins. The corners go in. Danny Palmer's in front of the first base. Conley's about even with the baseline with 1 out. That's popped up. Shallow center field. Very high. But it's corralled for the second out of the inning. Good situation there with a pop-up from Brady Popovich.
Here we go, batter.
2 outs, bases loaded, out anywhere for Trevor Schmidt, the catcher who singled his last at-bat. It's an ideal situation for the Bruins defense, all things considered. Force out anywhere. He grounds it to third base. All Conley has to do is just go touch it. And we're out of the inning. No runs scored. Gets out of the jam. Good pitching from Reed Giggleman to do that. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. And hopefully the Bruins offense can find some traction and get some runs on the board as they are running out of time. 3 more at-bats for the Bruins. Let's see what they can do. We're here in the top of the fifth, or bottom of the fifth inning, excuse me. Bruins have remained scoreless so far. Elisa Marquez is doing a good job getting them to ground out and fly out. But Daniel Barcina looks to get things going for the Bruins. Again, one of the hottest bats on the team. He's looking to return to more play. Started the season out a little injured. He's had a good weekend so far. He walked last time he was at bat. That's a 2-0 count now. Or not 3-0 count, no, excuse me. And that's a four-pitch walk to start the inning for the Bruins. Daniel Barcina takes his free base at first base. And Danny Palmer gets up. And he has also walked both at bats so far.
Now batting, number 11, Danny Palmer.
Danny Palmer takes that for strike one, 0-1 count. Danny Palmer looking to do some damage here with his big bat. 0-1 count from Marquez. Oh, she checks him very quickly. Looks to battle now to get on base to keep the Bruins offense going and hopefully try to spark. Keep the scoreless Bruins going. And he swings through that. It's a drop third, but there's a runner on. Strike three. First out of the inning. Third strikeout on the day for Elisa Marquez. Now Gabe Swarms is up. He has struck out and grounded out so far today, looking to get his first hit of the day, first hit of the game here. With one down, she checks back Daniel Barcina again. He is safe. Here's the first pitch. He hits that to left field. Will it stay fair? It will not. Barely foul into the corner. Gotta be only foul by a foot. It's what it looked like from up here. Would have been huge for the Bruins, but lucky break for the Trojans. The wind probably helped that out a little bit. Just a little breezy here. 0-1 count to Gabe Swarms. Definitely an extra base hit, potentially, but he's back in that batter's box. He hits that through the gap of the infield for a one-out single. Barcina stays at first. Or, excuse me, Barcina goes to second, stays at second. Does not look to go to third, and there's now a runner on first and second with one out. For Pablo Austin.
Now batting, number 28, Pablo Austin.
He takes a long time to settle, but she is about to deliver. That's a fastball in for strike two. Pablo Austin behind the count, 0-2. Two runners on. Daniel Barcina is on second. Gabe Swarms is on first. That ball is up for a 1-2 count. Patience for Pablo. Here's the 1-2. He looks at that down into the dirt. Blocked by that catcher. Good block from Schmidt behind the plate. Prevents the runners from advancing. 2-2 count, one out. Runners on first and second in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Bruins trail 5-0. Bruins have scored 8 runs in the last 2 games, but have been held scoreless so far. They look to change that now. That's a ball outside. The runners do advance on that one. Very casually to second and third. There is a throw, but will not get there in time. Full count, runners on second and third with one out. Here is the time for the Bruins to do some damage, and Pablo Austin's looking to do that. He needs to take full advantage of this time right here, full count. That's a ball up for ball 4. Bases are loaded for the 3rd time today for the Bruins.
It was for a movie, but he got in there with a real UFC fighter. It's crazy.
3rd time the Bruins have loaded the bases today. Have yet to capitalize on that, though.
Cam Lance.
Now would be the perfect time to get some runs on the board. Trojans coach calls time to go meet with his pitcher, and it looks like he's changing pitchers, getting one from the bullpen. He hasn't made the motion yet, but there is one warming up in the bullpen right now. It looks like he's just meeting with her to calm her down. Probably giving her one more batter, I would assume. Infield is crowded around her.
My favorite Rocky movie was actually Rocky IV, because it was the first Rocky I ever saw.
Threatening yet again with the bases loaded for Cam Lance.
Why would you say that?
He singled his last at bat, which broke up the no-hitter. He hits it, shortstop. He gets him on 3rd base, 2nd out of the inning, but a run does score, makes it 5-1. The Bruins get on the board. 2 down now, runners on 1st and 2nd. Cam with the ground out, or fielder's choice ground out.
They basically said, okay, let's take all the elements of Rocky, turn it up to 11, and make it impossible.
Gets that RBI in, 5-1 now. Cody Kirkpatrick is now up with Pablo Austin on 2nd and Cam Lance on 1st with 2 outs. And that's a ball up in the air. 1-0 count.
Everybody hates him just because he's Russian.
Good to see the Bruins break the scoreless streaks in this game. Maybe that'll provide a little spark even with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 1-0. Cody swings at that and it goes foul. Hit very hard down the line. But a little early on that makes it 1-1 on the count. Cody Kirkpatrick done a good job defensively, looking to make a difference offensively here. He was hit by a pitch. There's been many hit by pitches this weekend. Both teams. Little control issues from the pitchers so far. Here's the 2-1. He swings at that. It's a base hit into shallow left field. Pablo Austin's going to come around to score. Cam Lance will stay at 2nd. That's an RBI single. Going. Would be very big for the Bruins to get at least one more in this inning and cut the lead to 2. Zay Brandt had a frustrating fly out last at bat with a runner in scoring position. He has one waiting for him on 2nd base right now. Cam Lance has the speed to get home on a base hit. And surely the Bruins are going to be aggressive enough to send him home. Zay Brandt's facing 1-0 here. That ball's inside and it's past. The runners both advance. Takes away the force out on all bases. Runners on 2nd, 3rd. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Golden opportunity here for the Bruins on a 2-0 count. Hitters count to Zay Brandt. This is looking to be Elisa Marquez's last batter. Here's the 2-0 count to Zay. And he hits that and it's foul ball. He was swinging at that one the whole way. But the 2-1 count now. The energy is brewing here at Conestee Park for the Bruins. And he tips that back. Big swing there too. Didn't get solid contact of that one either. 2-2 count now. Big pitch coming up from Marquez. This will be huge for the Bruins to get these 2 runs in. Here's the 2-2. He swings at that and pops that one up too into second base. And he catches that. Gomez catches that to end the inning. The Bruins get on the board though, getting 2 on the board, making it 5-2. Threatened with 2 more runs, but cannot capitalize on those 2. But the top of the 6th is coming up. Giggleman is going back out. And the Bruins still have 2 more at bats looking to win this game. Stay tuned for the top of the 6th coming up. We're back here in the top of the 6th inning. Giggleman's still on the mound for the Bruins. Julius Torres is leading off, top of the lineup for the Trojans. Looking to answer back on the Bruins' 2 runs that they scored in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's that first pitch. That's a strike in there. 0-1 count. Good start to the inning from Giggleman. He's pitched a pretty good game so far today. Looks to continue that here in the top of the 6th inning. That ball gets past Cody Kirkpatrick. Barely missed. Good spot there from Giggleman. Makes it a 2-1 count. Torres has 2 singles in a row. Couple RBIs. That ball's up and in. 3-1 count. Here's a 3-1 for Giggleman. That's a ball down after starting out the at-bat with 1 strike. Pitches 4 straight balls. Leadoff walk from Julius Torres.
Batting number 13, Jonathan Kamai.
Jonathan Kamai now is batting for the Trojans.
Julius Torres. So, walk me through what,
Jonathan Kamai had a sac fly his last at-bat. Scored a run. And Julius Torres leads off first base. Big steal threat there to get on second base. And Giggleman checks him back to first. And he's safe back. Here's the first pitch. In there for a strike to Kamai. 0-1 count now. Oh, 0-1 count. Julius Torres leads off first base after his walk. And he's taken off to second base, and it's swung at by Kamai. Almost a half swing to throw off the catcher a little bit, but fouls it back. 0-2 count now. Takes away the steal from Torres. And goes back to first. Here's the 0-2 to Kamai. Torres goes again, and that hits him. Tough break for the Bruins. Kamai gets hit by a pitch. Almost able to get it out to get the inning going.
Yeah, so at Johnson we had same salad sandwich bar.
but instead hits him with a pitch, and now there's a runner on first and second with no outs to start the top of the 6th inning. Definitely possible, but it's going to be hard to limit the damage here. And it looks like they're going to change pitchers here and put Conley Burke on the mound. Giggleman's done on the day. 5 runs allowed, but he seemed to do his job pretty well, throwing strikes in there. Gets an ovation from the fans that are here, from the people in the dugout. No doubt a frustrating way to
Now pitching for the Bruins, number 9, Conley Burke.
Plays resuming here at the top of the 6th inning after the pitcher change. Conley is now pitching. Pablo Austin moved from left field up to third base, and it looks like Kyle Prouse is out playing in the left field now. Alfonso Gomez squares to bunt, but pulls back in time for a ball. Conley comes in a tough situation with 2 runners on and no out. The pitch was coming because he saw Danny Palmer coming in from first base quickly. 1-1 count now.
Sounds like the right thing to do instead of, making food that people don't eat.
The best night ever was when a seafood truck that was full of shrimp broke down in front of the.
Here's the 1-1. Alfonso Gomez is already squaring up to bunt, but he pulls back and swings at it. A little trickster. Fouls it back for a 1-2 count. Takes away the bunt threat here.
Losing our mind. That's awesome.
Classic pullback and rip move is not successful from Alfonso Gomez. It's a 1-2 count for Conley Burke. No outs, 2 runners on. Be a big out here. Good block by Cody Kirkpatrick behind the plate. Prevents the runners from advancing.
That's it.
Yeah, that was the sandwich. You could have green beans or something. Well, today you would back in the 80s.
Here's the 2-2 count from new pitcher Conley Burke. That ball gets away from him a little bit also, but again blocked by Cody Kirkpatrick to make it full count. Runners on first and second. And he gets him looking for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Big strikeout from Conley Burke. Outside corner, Alfonso Gomez is not happy about that. But it's a big out for the Bruins for out number 1. 1 down. Brings up Blake Lazarus with 2 runners on. The top of the 6th inning. Limiting damage here would be big for the Bruins. That ball is down in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 count. He's going to throw is not there in time, even though it's on target. Julius Torres takes third base off a really good jump. Kumai did not follow in his footsteps. He remains at first. One down run of that release. It's a 2-1 count now to Lazarus. Kumai takes off from first base to go steal second. He's up easy. Now it's a 3-1 count with a runner on second and third.
So my senior year, I had gotten to know the guy that
Here's a 3-1 pitch from Conley Burke.
I didn't work
And that gets away from him, and Julius Torres will come home for the run. 6-2.
he was always really good to her, and he would always have an actual like a substitute.
And Jonathan Kumai goes up to third base. And Lazarus takes first.
So like he was
6-2 ball game here in top of the sixth now.
so one day I walk in the galley and he goes, "Hey Tyler,
Conley struggling to find his rhythm a little bit.
what's going on?" And he said, "You know, I trust your opinion a lot.
Bruins Field gets the sign from the catcher, Cody Kirkpatrick,
So next week we're having this
in case of a steal attempt by Blake Lazarus from first base to second base.
our constituents
Ethan Escoba had a big double last time he was up.
give their opinions on our food."
Him and his choked up bat.
One of those 10 people. I was like, "Oh,
He looks at that in for a strike. 0-1 count.
I was so excited. I get to tell like them what's like, things that I thought. Like, I actually get to voice my opinion to them in a healthy manner. That's not like, you know,
He tries to pick him off at first base. Almost a successful attempt. Very close from getting Lazarus off first for the second out. But he gets there back safe in time.
here is how bad people thought.
Escoba's bat is not that long, and he chokes up a lot on it. Even then.
So cool.
Oh, he tries to give him at second. That's a wild with another run on third base, threatening with Escoba up to bat.
They talked to us and then I said, what do you guys think needs to
That was a ball down in the dirt. 2-1 count now.
And I'm like, so
That's what I was saying. Escoba's bat is not that long, and he still chokes up a lot. Got to only have about 29 inches left of that bat. That's poked out. Second base, a lot of spin. Controlled, though, for the second out of the inning. Good play by Cam Lance at second base.
everything's perfect and never changes.
Good job controlling the spin on that hit. Little dink shot.
What do you mean to do?
2 down. We're on third, looking to limit the damage here with Riley Murphy up.
After 15 people said it was all wonderful. Now what the heck am I going to do?
Riley Murphy has reached base, all 3 at bats so far, 2 singles and hit by a pitch. On base percentage of 1,000 this game, looking to keep that going, but Conley Burke does not want that to keep going. Excuse me.
And my friend Leah was in there and she didn't say a word the whole time because she felt the same way I did.
Foul ball goes for strike 2.
She's
0-2 count. Good early lead for Conley on this at bat.
remember I had eaten his food, not his food from the cafeteria.
Getting out without this other run coming in would be big for the Bruins going into the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 0-2 count. Oh, line drive up the middle to make it 8-2. 2-out single from Riley Murphy. His on-base percentage continues to be 1,000 in this game. He goes 3 for 3 with a hit by pitch, also with 3 singles. 8-2 ball game now for the Bruins.
Seasons with chicken breast during the week, like we get tired of it. And this guy
Deficit is becoming bigger and bigger slowly at a time. More work to do at the plate.
actually stepped
Runner on first base.
more things that he
That's a ball inside to Christian Soria Navarro.
he invented it wasn't it's not called egg roll casserole, but it was basically all the filling of an egg roll with cabbage.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Navarro.
No,
And that's a strike in there. 1-1 count. Good pitch by Conley Burke.
that was the best thing that he did. It was so good, and it was his own creation he made. And he said, you know what?
Again, it's always easier to pitch without a runner in scoring position. Makes you a little more calm, and he pitches that. Oh, close miss, barely in the outside. 2-1 count.
And then, of course, but since I was the only one that said anything negative,
Conley really wanted that to be a strike.
I went back a year later, and I had lunch with my friend, and he was like, yeah, nothing's changed.
2 outs, 1 on. Conley Burke looking to get out of this inning for the Bruins. Get the offense back up with a chance for a comeback here. He goes, runner goes, and it's fouled back. out near us, but does not give the press box a chance for a web gem. Count remains 2-2, 2 outs. Riley Murphy did try to steal on that pitch. See if he does it again. Early jump, he does not. Barely fouled off again by Navarro. Good battle here between pitcher and hitter. Here's the other 2-2 count. Riley goes. Bats ball. Oh, mishandled by Gabe Swarms at shortstop, and Riley Murphy continues to third base. Full count now. Riley Murphy, it seemed that he was casually running to, looked like he was casually running to second base, almost like he thought it was full count already. But it surely was not. It's full count now. He's now on third base due to the mishandle from Swarms at shortstop, and he's walked. Another tough break for the Bruins to keep this inning going. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Very tough. Brady Popovich is up now. He flew out his last at bat. That's in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Soria Navarro's taking a big lead at first base, probably looking to steal to get 2 runners in scoring position. That's the third out of the inning. Good play by Pablo Austin. Good throw to Danny Palmer. And Conley Burke delivers. And the Bruins looking to get back up in the bottom of the 6th to score some runs. Spark a little comeback here. 2 more at bats. Stay tuned. We're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the lineup is up for the Bruins. Number 5, Riley Ramsey, looking to spark a little comeback as they're down 6 runs. It is 8-2 ball game. There is a new pitcher for the Trinity International Trojans, however, number 28 early. Riley hits that hot at third base, but he handles it. Early throw, kind of a little birthday bounce for the third baseman for the first out of the inning.
Now batting at number 9, Conley Burke.
Conley Burke is now up. He flew out his last at bat. That's in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Looking at on base. Bruins need some base runners soon. Oh, that hits him in the back. Second hit by pitch on the day. He got hit by the pitch in the first game. Hit by a pitch in this game. Now up for the Bruins, number 17, his first at bat on the game, Kyle Prouse.
Now batting, number 17, Kyle Prouse.
Conley's leading off first. Bruins need some runs. Kyle Prouse looks to deliver. It's an 0-1 count now. Good pitch from Lloyd. Quick delivery from Dylan Lloyd also. Takes no time. Kyle Prouse pops it up and it is out of play into the stands. Uncatchable, but it makes that an 0-2 count. It's tough to be an aggressive base runner on a pitcher like this with such a quick delivery. Doesn't really lift his leg and just throws it. It's the second to last at bat for the Bruins. So reminder, this is a 7-inning game, with it being a doubleheader today. And that ball almost brushes past Prouse. Almost hit him. Also almost went into the strike zone. But it remains a ball. Full count now with 1 out. Big moment here of the game. Here's the full count delivery. And that ball is barely inside. For ball 4, he gets his free base. Good at bat by Kyle Prouse to remain patient after falling behind 0-2.
Danny Palmer.
Danny Palmer's now up for the Bruins. 2 runners on. Ideal situation for him as he loves to hit that ball. But first, the coach for the Trojans calls time to go meet with his pitcher. Probably telling him the stakes of everything going on. Trojans would love to leave here at Conestee Park with 3 wins on the weekend. But the Bruins would love to prevent that. Starting here in the bottom of the 6th inning, down 6 runs.
People are from Snohomish, Washington, Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina, another Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina. Oh no, this is They're from the same place.
Castillo takes his opportunity to go.
I don't know where everybody's from our team. I don't know.
Talk to the umpire about something. Play is about to resume.
Well, there's one person from
Danny Palmer patiently standing by.
Imagine what it would say if I was in charge. That's why they came with the big boys.
And he steps in that batter's box. Big shift of the outfield. The right fielder's nearly playing very far over to center field. He swings at the first pitch he gets at the ground to the shortstop. Good heads-up play from the shortstop with the force out at third. Will that remain out or safe? Conley slid into third base and probably clipped the leg of the third baseman. He is called out at third base since the ball was down with a leg injury, apparently.
Remember, you have. I know you probably know.
It's a good heads-up play by Kumai to get the lead runner at third base for the second out of the inning.
And you have to do interviews, and then you have to go to the naval.
Riley Murphy's had a big day for the Trojans. Like I said, 1,000 on-base percentage with 3 singles and a walk.
And you have to pass medical.
Sorry, 3 singles and hit by a pitch.
Giant mess of the process, right? But obviously, it makes sense.
But clearly this slide is doing more damage than that pitch did that hit him.
I did all the physical tests.
We'll come back when play resumes and he is up
Scored in the top 10%.
and let you know what all's going on. Riley Murphy's back on his feet. Seems to be okay.
If you hate me, I'm probably going to not make it home because they're going to kill me.
Making sure he can step and throw without any major discomfort. And he seems to be doing that pretty all right. So play will resume. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Gabe Swarms.
Batting, number 26, Gabe Swarms.
Gabe singled his last at bat.
I'm so terrified. Dressed up in a suit. And I'm trying to not. I'm not. I don't tend to say smart things sometimes, so I'm very nervous that I'm going to say like one.
Here comes the first pitch of the at bat. It's going to be a quick delivery from the pitcher,
So
Dylan Lloyd, and it is, and it's a ball. 1-0 count. Kyle Prouse is now in second. Danny Palmer's on first. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He swings at that, and it's an easy, and we'll see what happens.
Now pitching for the Bruins, number 6, Noah Weaver.
Top of the 7th inning, top of the last inning here on this beautiful evening at Conestee Park. Bruins are down 8-2, and now pitching for the Bruins, number 6, Noah Weaver. He comes in with as the pitcher with the lowest ERA on the team. He's the most efficient. He fouls it off for an 0-1 count. Noah gets back in his rhythm. Here's the delivery. That's a very slow off-speed pitch, but does not get into the strike zone. 1-1 count now here in the top of the 7th inning. Weaver seemed to lose his footing a little bit on that, causing him to release it a little too outside. 2-1 count to Schmidt. Off-speed pitch from Noah Weaver is fouled off. It's the right field side. 2-2 count now. Looking to retire his first batter he faces. That's not that uncommon of a thing for him to get those batters down. Here's the 2-2. And he got him swinging. Good strikeout there for Noah Weaver to start the top of the 7th inning. He continues to shine as a good relief pitcher for the Bruins. And now he's got to handle the top of this lineup that's been red hot this weekend. Julius Torres. Lefty on lefty battle now here in the top of the 7th. Here's the first pitch of his at bat. That's tipped back in the catcher's mitt for a strike. 0-1 count. Started off.
3 or 4 days after I got the letter, I do a binder.
Here's the 0-1 delivery.
Mom and my dad were sitting there.
That's a grounder to shortstop, gathered by Swarms.
And it was a letter from
Jonathan Kamai is now up for the Trojans. He was hit by pitch his last at bat. I think there's been at least 10 hit by pitches this whole weekend.
but after all that, I never what broke my heart that night.
Starts his at bat with a 1-0 count.
My dad never cries.
Noah gets right back into his rhythm. He delivers.
Not defining
Ball on the outside. 2-0 count now. 2 outs
because I never.
here in the top of the last inning.
That's what broke my heart was when my dad was like, "There's nothing wrong with you." But it sucked going through all of that, not knowing I never had a chance again. You know, I
Here's the 2-0 pitch.
dated it, I beat that, and then it was like, nah.
And that's down low for another ball. 3-0 count now. Last 2 games, Bruins have scored 8 runs in an attempt to come back and have lost both of those games. But today, in the second game, they've been kept 2 runs, and they're down 8-2. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that's down. He walks Jonathan Kamai in 4 straight pitches.
Life where,
For Alfonso Gomez now,
living out my dreams, and I have not taken medication for
he struck out
16 years old, and I'm 25.
his last at bat. Lots of the Trojans' runs, especially last night, came with 2 outs. The Bruins look to limit the 2-out runs here today in this inning. That's hit to right field, but it goes foul. During the first pitch, Jonathan Kamai seemed to get a good jump off of first base. He might be trying to steal second there. And Noah Weaver will take note, take a breath. And he's about to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Kamai takes a smaller lead off of first. Off speed, catches Alfonso Gomez off guard. It's a dribbler at second base. Not gathered by Cam Lance. And Kamai goes to third. And Gomez goes to second. Wow. Not an ideal situation. Tapping for the Bruins. Cam Lance could not gather that little dribbler. It didn't bounce like he thought it was going to bounce, and it goes under his glove. And the Trojan runners take advantage of that. Now they're on second and third with 2 outs for Blake Lazaris. Pitch is up and away. 1-1 count. A hit by Blake Lazaris would nearly knock the Bruins out. Far enough away for a comeback to be nearly impossible, but Bruins look to limit that. That's a pitch on the outside for a 2-1 count. Good miss by Noah Weaver, but in there for a ball. Lazaris is definitely looking for one he likes, and he's definitely going to swing hard at it. He never ceases to swing as hard as he can. Here's a 2-1 with 2 outs. Oh, he swings hard at that one, but threw it. 2-2 count now. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Strikeout would be big here. Get the Bruins offense up there for the last at-bats of the game. Here's the 2-2. That's a ball on the outside. Good grab by Cody Kirkpatrick. Good job getting over there. Makes that full count.
In hindsight, it was definitely the best thing that ever happened because, that just, you see what I'm saying. Not and also just.
Here's that full count pitch with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Off-speed pitch, up and away. Frustrating walk for Noah Weaver. Loads the bases with 2 outs for Ethan Escoba. He grounded out his last at bat.
Three of the most important people. So, that I literally couldn't imagine.
It's all about that bat speed with his choke up on his wear. Easy little tag. That's a ball down. 1-0 count now.
But, I mean, I would have made some other one. Ouch.
Here's the 1-0. Swung hard and missed. 1-1 count. Good pitch by Noah Weaver. Runners leading off pretty far. That's swung on, and it is popped up on the first base side. And Danny Palmer puts it away for the third out of the inning. No runs scored in the top of the seventh, even with the threat. Good job getting out of that by the Bruins defense, and they look to make a comeback in the bottom of the seventh inning. It would be a massive comeback. They're down 6, 8-2. Stick around for the bottom of the seventh inning.
Registration for Bruins sports camps is now open this summer. Train with Bruins players and learn from our coaches the skills to help you improve your game. Information is available now at bjubruins.com/camps.
We are back here in the bottom of the seventh inning. The Bruins are looking to make a comeback.
Batting number 28,
Down
Pablo
6 runs. Pablo
Austin.
Austin's leading us off here. That ball is in there for a ball. 1-0 count now. Dylan Lloyd is still on the mound for the Trojans. And that's a grounder to the shortstop gathered. Another birthday bounce for him. Thrown and out at first base. One down in the bottom of the seventh for Cam Lance.
My wife just texted me. She said, I just turned on the game to see if it was still going. The first thing I immediately heard was you in the background saying, I don't tend to say smart things.
That ball is fouled back for the first strike of the at-bat. 2-1 count now to Cam Lance.
And I can hit you up about
Cam is looking to start. A big comeback for the Bruins here. 2-1 from Lloyd, and that goes behind him. He avoids that. Some of his teammates chant, wear it, but he indeed does not. 3-1 count. Here's a 3-1 delivery from Lloyd. That's a strike on the upper outside corner to make that full count. Big moment here for Cam Lance. Here's the full count pitch. He swings, and that is fouled off. Right side again. Fans race to get that foul ball. Here's another full count pitch. Oh, that ball's inside, and he avoids it. Check swing, though, and he says he went. And that's strike 3 for out number 2 at the bottom of the 7th. Tough break for Cam Lance. That's a questionable call. Tough break for the Bruins. Lucky break for the Trojans. Now 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Cody Kirkpatrick is now up for the Bruins to ignite a 2-out rally. Again, a lot of the Trojans' runs have come with 2 outs. In the gap, will the center field get to it? No, it'll get past them. Good hit by Cody Kirkpatrick. He'll take 2 bases at least. And he'll stop at 2. It's a good 2-out double from Cody Kirkpatrick, our catcher. Good hit. Brings up Zay Brandt now. First extra base hit for the Bruins on this game. Maybe they'll spark something special here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th against these Trojans. Zay Brandt's now up looking to keep it going.
So it was
with 2 outs. Runner on second.
He was our PE teacher. Women's basketball.
Shallow center field again.
And
That's a ball up and in.
told him
1-0 count.
in his office,
The pitch back gets
Coach, I know
past the pitcher, but doesn't do anything. Cody, in fact, Cody got hit with it. He just let it hit him since he was on second base.
you have any advice that you can give me to kind of help.
Zay Brandt stands in there,
Said,
looking for a good pitch to hit. Here's a 1-0. Oh, that ball's at his face. He ducks out of the way. 2-0 count now.
no. Can you help me find one? And he goes, I'll be your recruiter. Like, really? So like,
Dylan Lloyd on the mound takes a second after pitching a few pitches consecutively
help me so
to regather himself after starting this 2-0. Here's that pitch. That's a strike in there on the outside for a 2-1 count.
By the time I was 3/4 way through the dial, Coach was like, hey, you have 4 minutes, 20 seconds, man. You're great. And I said, Coach, I'm gonna die. Don't die till you finish the match. I was running so fast.
Here's the 2-1.
I was like, I did not.
That's a strike on the inside. Zay Brandt doesn't know about that. Now he's got to battle back after 2 pitches that he questioned a little bit. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second. The Bruins are 1 strike away from taking another loss to the Trojans, but he's looking to prevent that. Here's that 2-2 count. He swings at it, and it is a foul ball on third base slide. Good battle from Zay Brandt. Here's that pitch. Hits it, pop up behind the home plate. Hits the net and remains 2-2 with 2 outs. Good battle swing from Trojans.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Solid start from Elisa Marquez on the day.
International University Trojans 8.
And Dylan Lloyd came in and finished it off.
Thank you all for
Trojans
coming
take the
to
win,
tonight's
8-2.
doubleheader. If you would help us pick up trash and place it in the appropriate containers, we would greatly appreciate it. Please follow your Bruins all season long at bjubruins.com. Also, please check out our next game. It's going to be on Tuesday at Floor Field at 6 p.m. So make sure you check that out. But other than that, everybody have a great rest of your evening. Please stay warm and travel home safely.
Before I leave the broadcast, I don't know if you heard that from my partner Tyler over the loudspeaker here, but the Bruins will be playing at Floor Field on Tuesday. Check that out on the BJU Bruins website. We'd love to see you there at the home of the Greenville Drive, playing Columbia International University. Good night. Thank you for joining us. It's been a fun Saturday afternoon and evening. Have a good day tomorrow and a good rest of your weekend.